What if I told you there's a single skill that over 85% of us believe we've mastered, but in reality, we're profoundly lacking? And what if this one misunderstood skill is the silent barrier to our personal growth and the fulfilling life we're all chasing? This isn't about more hustle or just positive thinking. It's something far more fundamental that society often overlooks. Curious? Stick around as we uncover it. We're talking about real self-awareness. Before you think, "Oh, I know myself," consider this. Research from psychologist Tasha Eurich shows that while 95% of people think they're self-aware, only 10 to 15% truly are. That's a startling gap. It suggests most of us are operating with a distorted view of who we are. So why is genuine self-awareness so uncommon? Because it's hard to face uncomfortable truths. Our ego protects itself with shortcuts, like taking credit for success and blaming failure on outside forces. These are human tendencies, not flaws. And in our busy, always-on world, we're rewarded for what we display, not for what we understand. We stay in motion, repeating patterns. It's like navigating a city with a blurry map. You'll get somewhere, but likely not where you really want to be. Here's what many people get wrong. Self-awareness is not self-criticism. That voice that replays your mistakes and whispers, "You're not good enough?" That's not clarity. That's your inner critic. It doesn't help you grow. It keeps you stuck. Self-criticism is like a prosecutor living in your head. It finds fault, magnifies it, and shuts you down. It makes you afraid to look inward at all. But true self-awareness is different. It's about observing your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with honesty and curiosity, not judgment. Imagine studying your own inner world the way a kind scientist would. It also means understanding how your actions affect others. Say you snap at someone. Self-criticism says, "You're a jerk." Self-awareness asks, "What triggered that? Was I stressed? Overwhelmed?" One blames, the other investigates. And that shift makes all the difference, because self-awareness changes everything. It's the foundation of personal growth, emotional maturity, and authentic connection. It helps you break patterns, regulate emotions, and show up with intention. It also leads to wiser choices. When you know your values, your priorities get clearer. And so do your decisions. So, if this resonates with you, take a second to reflect. Ask yourself, where in my life might a little more self-awareness change the way I respond? Sometimes, naming it is the first step toward change. So how do you actually build self-awareness? Start small, stay consistent. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes a day for reflection. Ask what instead of why. What was I feeling? Not, why am I like this? It shifts you from judgment to clarity. Try journaling. Writing your thoughts helps make sense of them. You'll start noticing patterns, stories you didn't even know you were telling yourself. Practice mindful pauses. When you feel a strong emotion rising, pause. Take one deep breath. That single moment of awareness gives you space to choose your next move. Seek honest feedback from people you trust. Ask them, what's one thing I do well? And one thing I might not notice about myself? And when they answer, don't defend, just listen. Finally, pay attention to what triggers you and other people. Often, what irritates us the most reflects something unacknowledged in ourselves. Treat your reactions like clues. Follow them. This is how you grow, not by judging yourself, but by understanding yourself. Not all at once, but little by little, with quiet honesty. Self-awareness isn't rare because it's complicated. It's rare because it's brave, because it asks us to slow down, to get real, and to meet ourselves fully, the good and the messy. But when you do, something shifts. You move from autopilot to alignment, from reacting to choosing, from surviving to living with intention. So, What's one small step you can take this week to practice a little more self-awareness? Say it out loud, write it down, or drop it in the comments. Sometimes, naming it is how change begins. Thanks for watching. And here's to your journey of self-discovery.